All right, the problem with Facebook leads, meta leads. So I'm going to preface this first by saying we've ran something like 2,000 meta campaigns for companies. So the it's sort of like this very, very attractive thing that everybody in some capacity with some budget should be doing, right? So the upside of meta leads, it's like this shiny object, right? It brings in tons of leads, right? It is your highest, least expensive lead flow that you're ever possibly going to get, right? So we still encourage people to do meta campaigns because you're not going to get a cheaper lead flow. But then you hit all the problems, and this is where people get frustrated with it. So everything that you see behind here, these are all legit campaigns. These are like real things, like bunch of leads, $5 for HVAC, roofing leads, $18 roofing leads, 184 generated leads for $4 each. These are all like actual campaigns that we've run, right? Six leads for $20 kitchen renovation. I can show hundreds of examples of dirt cheap leads. So this is the frustration that people come across, and then I'll go into why we think that's happening and why it's gotten a lot worse. So we started doing Facebook leads before it was Meta back in like 2018, 2019. Back then, the contact rate was better. There was much less out of area leads. The competition level was way, way lower. So we'd launch a company in like Seattle or some big area. There might be 4 other companies that are running it there. So the competition level was quite low. Now there's hundreds in every big city, if not possibly thousands in like the biggest cities. So what we think is happening, Meta will just keep finding more people. It'll keep serving you up leads. It's trying to keep the customers happy, right? Send them leads, send them leads, send them leads. So a customer will go online and they will click on somebody's ad, and it says whatever Windows HVAC from whatever price. They'll click on the ad. They'll fill out the form. Right? That lead will get submitted. That contractor will start calling them. So Meta says, "Hey, this person's interested. Right? Let's serve them every single other contractor in the area with similar ads." And then they're looking at 45 other ads. And they're like, "Oh, this looks good too." Click, click, click. And then you know what the customer experience is? Non-stop barrage, never-ending phone calls, text messages, and you know what the customer does? And this is what you experience as the contractor. The customer starts to go, "Whoa, I'm getting endless calls. I don't want to deal with this. This sucks. Just stop answering phone. Don't answer text messages. Ignore all this stuff." And I'm going to start tuning out, right? So that is the primary issue with meta leads, right? Which doesn't say it doesn't work. We have people that have been with us for years and years and years. Some cities, it's like people are still getting 20-to-1 return ad spend. It's absolutely fantastic. Some areas are a serious problem. If your area is a serious problem, my suggestion is still have a meta campaign going, but use it sparingly. So the advantage of meta ads, the leads will come fast. Within like 5 days, we can have meta leads coming into you. They will be the cheapest lead source that you're going to get, but you're going to have to work them harder. You're going to have to phone them more times, text them more times, work the leads harder, ignore the out of area leads. So that used to be something that Meta could control much better, but they've actually gotten significantly worse. We've had meetings with Meta, multiple meetings with Meta, and they just can't control it. They just can't stop it. And I don't know why it's gotten worse, progressively worse. We can add in a bunch of, and I'm going to get to a solution that's better than Meta right now. I'll come across that in a second here. So like we can add in a bunch of barriers to it, right? So we can add in landing pages that force them to enter their zip code and double check, their location, all this kind of stuff. But then people don't want to fill out forms. And you know what? Half of them just say, "Screw it, I'm not going to fill out the form." So then you're throwing away good leads with bad leads because you're not paying Meta for leads. You're paying them for impressions. So it doesn't cost more to get some more junk leads. So we tell people, ignore the junk leads. So you got to ignore the junk leads. You need to work them quite hard. I would still run a basic meta campaign just to get things firing up. So where we're getting the best, hang on, I got to move something up here. Where we're getting better results right now. So here's other things that don't really work anymore. Web infrastructure. So I had an HVAC company for like 10 years. We built the whole thing. This was 2007 to 2017. We built the whole damn thing off SEO. SEO was awesome. we're ranking really high in every town and getting tons of phone calls from it. Super important. Same with Google Ads. Google Ads used to be dirt cheap, right? Google Ads used to be, it was like $1 a click for things like broken air conditioner and stuff like that. Now it's like, could be $80 a click, right? So $80 a click, takes you 4 clicks to get a phone call. You're only going to sell 1 and 2 phone calls. So then what are you spending? I don't know. What is that? Hundreds and hundreds of dollars. $500 for a job? That's not worth it, right? That's the only thing the only metric that matters is cost per sale, cost per sold job, cost per lead doesn't mean anything. And by Meta, I mean Facebook and Instagram, right? So the one that we're pretty pumped about right now is YouTube. So we've been playing with it for years. It's hard to set up a successful YouTube campaign. We have a whole department around setting up YouTube campaigns. So if we can get Meta campaigns rolling in days, get them hitting, YouTube takes us weeks. We got to send the videos through ad production. We got to have the scripting just right. You got to have the sound effects just right. We have like 100 and something steps just to launch each and every YouTube video that we launch. But when it hits, it's awesome because it's like a double-edged sword. It's much, much more difficult to launch. But at the same time, because it's so much more difficult to launch, it keeps the competition away. People can't just launch a successful YouTube video. This is a YouTube ad, not just a conventional organic video. So it's a YouTube ad, it's interruption ads. You're watching a thing for like 30 seconds, and then it cuts away to an ad, and then you have to skip the ad is one of those things. Because it's such a high barrier to entry, it keeps the competition away. We're launching in big cities, and literally they're the only companies in there doing it. So we've launched on roofing and HVAC for now. We want to be adding a bunch of other industries, but anecdotal feedback is they're closing them 3 times higher. It's just working. I'll try to get another image in here. It's just working much better. It felt like, in some ways, what Google PPC felt like, Google pay-per-click felt like in 2010, or it felt like what Meta, Facebook felt like in 2020. So, the key to successful marketing is that you kind of want to be where everybody isn't, right? So if everybody's doing one thing, get away from it, right? Start doing something else. So this, again, I've shown this graphic before, but this is like a company that's been with us forever doing Meta campaign. They spend a few $1,000s a month. They're in Florida. And then they started doing a YouTube campaign. So brought in less leads. The leads are more expensive. That's what we anticipated. However, they closed them triple, closed them almost 3 times higher. Their cost per sale, instead of being $800 cost per sale on Facebook, it's $350 cost per sale. So whatever they're selling it for, $7,000 for a system or whatever it is, that's important. That's $500 more in their pocket, even though the leads are coming in more expensive. So we're pretty pumped about YouTube. So 2 things: subscribe, like it, add a comment, that helps it. Also, reach out to us and have a chat with us. I'll set a link below and just book an appointment with us, and we'll go over with it how it can work for your company in your area. So thanks for chatting.